Good morning all. Welcome to today's court before Justice Mutai. My name is Nyama Luambia. The matter coming up for mention, petition E686 of 2024, Board of Directors, Gatoto Community Primary School and others, versus Peter Wabova and others.
May it please my lord.
Yes.
I'm Martha Karoa, appearing alongside Mr. Kirui of Kanja and Company for the applicants who are the petitioners. Mr. Kajama will be joining us shortly. Now, I'm looking at the opposite side and I'll let them introduce themselves kindly. I can see there are two state councils. For avoidance of mistaking people's names, over to you.
Good morning, Your Lordship.
Good morning.
I'm Ms. Kiramana. I appear for the first, the fourth respondent and the sixth respondent. And with the permission of my seniors, I'll introduce the fifth respondent, Mr. Dunstan Omari.
I'm present, Your Honor, and good morning.
Good morning.
Ms. Martina Sugar.
I'm present, my lord. Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Shadrach Kumboy.
Say Miss Martina. And
Wamboi, Shadrach Wamboi, my lord. Thank you.
William Nyaweka, my lord. Cosmas Desa, my lord.
so Shadrach Wambui, then the other person is?
William Nyaweka. Cosmas Desa, my lord. Mr. Nyabere is not present.
Yes.
But we are competent enough to deal with the senior counsel.
You'll be dealing with the court, not me.
Yes. Why are we here today, Senior Counsel? I see that Mr. Charles Kanjama, Senior Counsel, has arrived.
Yes. We are here. We ask that certain individuals, among them the IG and the permanent secretary, basic education,
Yes.
be summoned, among others, the OCS, the chief, several individuals who are listed in your orders, so that they may express, they may be able to tell the court why they have not effected the court orders. That's the purpose of today's physical hearing.
My lord, good morning.
Just a moment. Yes.
Good morning, my lord.
Yeah, good morning.
I am Nyamodi. I wish to place myself on record for the following who are present pursuant to your summons.
Yes.
The Inspector General of Police, a representative of the Deputy Inspector General of Police, the relevant, my lord, Sub-County Commander, and the OCS Warugan Police. They are present, my lord, pursuant to summons issued by this court and dated the 22nd of this month.
Yes.
And once they are in, my lord, and they take their seats, perhaps your lordship can direct us to how you wish this morning's proceedings.
Mr. Omari.
Sorry, I was outside. Probably the judge could. You have asked
Yes.
a question.
Senior Counsel Karua has already spoken, so has Mr. Nyamodi.
All right.
Yes.
My Lord, there was summons issued to the fifth respondent. He has complied with the directions of the court. He is present in court. You can confirm your presence. And on our part, we are ready to proceed because compliance has been done on our part.
So this court issued summons to Benson Bae, Eric Mulevu, Mr. John Ololtua, David Dirangu, Ruben Kipturgo, Mr. Douglas Kanja, and Mr. Eliud Lagat. I would like to confirm that they are all present in person as directed by the court.
So may your lordship,
Yes.
on behalf of the Principal Secretary Basic Education, he was already away on official business. However, the Secretary Administration in conduct of this matter, Mr. James Kanja, is present. Mr. Ruben Kipturgo, the
You said who is
Regional
present
Director-
on his behalf?
Mr. James Kanja, Secretary Administration. Mr. Ruben Kipturgo, Director Education, is also present in person. And the County Education Board Chairperson is also present in person.
You said the county?
The chairperson of the Nairobi County Education Board.
My Lord, I had indicated those of my clients who are present.
Yes.
My Lord, the Deputy Inspector General of Police, Mr. Langat, is not present as he had proceeded out of the country for official duty by the time your summons were being issued. But, my Lord, he is represented by Mr. Patrick Tito, his principal assistant. He's present in court this morning.
You said by Mr. Patrick?
Tito,
What is his designation?
he is the principal deputy to the Deputy Inspector General of Police.
Okay.
My Lord, on behalf of the petitioners in this matter, we request each of the parties summoned, beginning with the Inspector General of Police, to take the witness stand, to be put on oath, and to answer two simple questions. One, have they been aware, actually three questions. One, have they been aware of the court orders in this matter? Two, why have they not complied? And number three, when will they comply and commit to the court that they will do so? We request that we start with the security officers so that we conclude on that issue before we go to the education team.
Okay.
My Lord, I have a different suggestion.
Yes.
The officers who have been summoned to court this morning have been summoned by the court and not by any party.
Yes.
My Lord, my clients are not parties to these proceedings. Not being parties to the proceedings, my lord, they have not participated in the proceedings thus far. To put them in the dock, as learned senior counsel proposed this morning, for the purposes of answering questions of whatever nature, my lord, would be prejudicial. I submit that it would be prejudicial, my lord, because they have no notice of any issues that they are required to address this morning.
My lord, allow me to object to the line of submissions by my colleague.
My lord, I am on my feet.
I am allowed to object, and I request he resumes his seat while I address the court on my objection. My colleague is not allowed to address the court on matters of fact. That is the reason the officers have been summoned by the court. And they are meant to address the court on matters of fact from the witness box pursuant to the summons. So my colleague can address other issues, but not purport to speak on fact on behalf of the persons who have been summoned. That is all.
My lord, I'm glad that I am addressing the court and not my learned colleague. And I was clear in my submission that my clients are here pursuant to orders of the court.
Yes, Mr. Nyamodi?
I believe the summons served on my clients are on the court record, and there is no notice in those summons as to the issues that they are required to address.
I think that is patently clear, Mr. Nyamodi. This issue relates to compliance with the orders of the court, and the fact that despite the judgment of the court, the petitioners have not regained the management of the school.
My lord, that is why I started
and counsel, when counsel awareness of the court orders, whether there has been compliance, and if there hasn't been compliance, when that compliance will take place. That is the issue. Yes.
that my clients have not been parties to these proceedings. So my clients are unaware of the contents of these proceedings.
My lord, I object
If
to
I
my
may
colleague.
be allowed to conclude
I object to my
submission.
colleague making a statement about the state of knowledge of someone who's not on the witness stand. They do not have the ability to do. Person come on the witness stand and indicate the state of knowledge that they have.
May I proceed, my lord?
Yes, please proceed. And
My lord, the point I'm making
yes,
is that my clients have no notice of the contents of these proceedings. My clients have only been roped in for the enforcement of the court order. And they are here pursuant to summons. My lord, what I seek is proper notice of the contents of what is required from my clients. Entities who are here this morning.
and
then be required to make that
Mr. Nyamodi,
explanation.
that is why Mr. Kanjama, senior counsel, said the question as to whether they are aware of those court orders or not is not something that can be established unless they go to the dock and answer the questions as to whether they are aware of those court orders or not.
My lord, that would amount to an ambush. That would amount to an ambush. They have been called by summons. They have not been given an opportunity to be given any notice as to the contents of the proceedings. And questions are then to be put to them about issues that have not been put to them, my lord. They are entitled to that opportunity. And my lord, it is that opportunity that I seek of you this morning.
Yes.
My Lord, on behalf of the fifth respondent, I totally associate myself with the sentiments of my senior Nyamodi. The due process demands that officers be given what they are coming to respond. On part of the fifth respondent, he has been a party in this matter. He's ready to take the dog because he has been a party and he knows exactly what is the issue here.
But you are aware, Mr. Omari, that the fifth respondent was not summoned.
Him is here and he's ready to take the dog because he has been a
That
party.
is a different question. Was he summoned or not?
The summons were issued, I think, also to the fifth respondent.
No, they were not.
The court has asked me to confirm the status of the fifth respondent.
He was.
Thank you very much.
May I brief? Okay, so I think they have
Yes,
finished.
Ms. Karamana.
Yes, your lordship, otherwise, but the summons did not really indicate the content. However, that being said, your lordship, there are parties who are here currently who have been part. I believe the extent of the National Police Service involvement in the matter is in with regard to the handing over of the school to the petitioners. On the part of the Ministry of Education, your lordship, the same issue arises with the PS. The PS has been in the office for approximately 5 weeks now, in addition to Mr. Kipturgo, to offer any further information that would not be sufficient after Mr. Kipturgo takes the stand. Mr. Kipturgo is the person on the ground with the full conduct of this matter in terms of the...
Concluded by saying there is someone who is willing and present to take the stand. The parties who have been summoned by the court based on their discretion, but pursuant to a court order that has been issued after numerous instances of non-compliance, which the court is fully aware of. They are not here to take the stand based on their discretion, but based on the summons of the court. My Lord, on 12 September 2025, when this matter, these proceedings began before your brother Justice Momuye, Ms. Opio for the state indicated she was entering appearance for all the respondents and for the Inspector General of Police. That is 10 months ago. Throughout the period since, the various officers who have failed to comply with court orders have kept referring to orders from above. The court was therefore persuaded that only the senior-most officers in the respective agencies can secure the court order, and if they fail to do it, be cited for contempt. So our position is that these proceedings would have the most fruit if we begin with the senior-most officer of police service and so forth, because they have the constitutional authority to direct all the officers beneath their rank. That is all.
Just to briefly add to that, the reason the IG and other security officers are here is simply because the court ordered that they provide security for purposes of having the court orders effected. So whether or not they are aware And I know the Inspector General is aware because he had been named as interested party, as my colleague has mentioned, in the contempt proceedings. It is for them now to tell the court, counsels cannot testify from the bar. And the court issued those orders upon being moved by the applicant. The court did not issue the orders of its own motion. So kindly order that the matter do proceed by the IG taking to the witness box.
My Lord, in brief rejoinder.
My Lord, I don't think my colleague has any right of rejoinder after we respond. We were the ones who were in rejoinder to his submissions. So it is now for the court to give directions.
May I proceed again, my Lord?
I'll give you an opportunity to speak.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
My Lord, in brief rejoinder to my learned colleague's submission,
Yes.
what the court is interested in is not disclosed in the summons. The issues to be addressed by these police officers are not disclosed in the summons that was served on them. They are here this morning, my Lord, in deference to the orders of this court. However, my Lord, I believe they are entitled to notice of what is expected of them. So that the proceedings before your Lordship then do not become an ambush. My Lord, there will be no prejudice to these proceedings and to indeed to the ends of justice. If that is the direction that these proceedings will take. And so, my Lord, so that justice is not only done, but it is seen to be done, notice should be given to these police officers so that they can participate in these proceedings without harm. I am most grateful.
I have considered the submissions of the parties. The issue before the court is why there hasn't been compliance with the court orders. The parties here too have been represented by counsel and are aware of these proceedings. The duty of all people to obey court orders is sacrosanct. With a view to bringing closure to the matter, I order and direct that all the individuals summoned take the stand and explain under oath why there hasn't been compliance with the court orders. This court has a duty under Article 159 of the Constitution to ensure that justice is done without undue delay.
Much obliged.
Yes, I would like the Inspector General to take the stand. Please take the oath.
You'll repeat after me. So I, then you state your name.
I, Douglas Kanja,
Do swear by the Almighty God
do swear by the Almighty God
that the evidence I shall give before this court
that the evidence that I shall bring before this court
shall be the truth, the whole truth,
shall be the truth, the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Please introduce yourself to the court.
My Lord, as I've said, my name is Douglas Kanja. I'm the Inspector General of the National Police Service. I'm here this morning in answer to the summons that I received yesterday about the matters that have been mentioned here. My Lord,
Yes.
I would wish to state that it is true the National Police Service is distributed throughout the Republic of Kenya, including the areas in question. So the area in question that falls under Makadara
Yes.
we have the local sub-county police commander, popularly known as the OCPD, and the local OCS. These are my officers, and they understand these matters very well. For that reason, my lord, I would wish to request this honorable court to allow the station commander responsible for that area to give an account of the matters in question. That's my belief, my lord, on that matter.
The IGP, I would like to invite counsel for the petitioners to ask you questions.
Good morning, Inspector General Kanja.
Good morning to you, my lord.
As I did indicate, we have very few questions. The first is, there are court orders in this matter that require Gatoto, a school, to be handed back to the management of the petitioners. And my question to you, it is in Embakasi. Are you aware, and when did you become aware of these court orders?
My lord, as I've said there before, I got to know about these orders yesterday. But I further got to understand that the local OCS has been dealing with them. That is why, my lord, I would request his presence here so that he can be able to give a detailed account on that.
The local OCS has repeatedly made reference to superior officers and organs of security as the ones that he has to answer to. So my question to you is, under the Constitution, are you the person who has independent command of the entire National Police Service?
Well, perhaps one request before the Inspector General answers that question. The second part of the question of whether he's in command is fine. But the first question is a question of fact. Which fact has not been put to the Inspector General? That is what I meant. Those proceedings have not been put. He's being told in the dock for the first time that his officer has said higher command. That is the ambush that I had anticipated, and it is now taking place. So I object to that line of questioning.
Your Honor, unfortunately, my colleague has walked into court this morning. He may not know what has been going on. And the Attorney General has been representing the Inspector General of Police before. She knows what has been going on. And so I ask the court to disregard that objection because it is based on lack of knowledge of the court proceedings.
Please go ahead.
Inspector General, your officers have been repeatedly failing to comply with court orders on the basis of saying they are orders from above. And my question to you is, are you the person who exercises independent command of the entire National Police Service?
My lord, I exercise command in the entire National Police Service. However, the National Police Service have a structure through which it works. And that is why, my lord, I've mentioned that at that level, we have a sub-county police commander. where the OCS in questions reports to.
Okay, my next question. Who bears the ultimate command responsibility when the court requires the National Police Service to enforce court orders?
The Inspector General bears the utmost responsibility. However, my lord,
That's enough. Allow me, therefore, to ask again the question I asked before. Have you, prior to yesterday, received any report regarding the happenings at Gatoto Primary School and the court orders in this case?
My lord, I only saw them yesterday.
After you saw the court orders, did you request for and receive a report, oral or written, from your officers about the matters in question in this court proceedings?
My lord, on receipt of the summons, I did request from our legal team to get to know the matters behind the summons. That is when I was briefed that there is a primary school referred to as Gatoto, where there were issues. I might not be having all the details, but I was informed that the primary school, my lord, had issues. I was informed that initially it was a private school.
It's okay. So you received the information.
Yes.
So then my next question is this. It's very simple. As you stand before the court, are you ready, able, and willing to comply with the court orders issued in the judgment of this court dated 12th June 2025?
My lord, I'm ready to comply with the orders issued by this honorable court, but I also need to get a proper brief from my officers what challenges they could have been facing. Why is it that they have not been able to execute the issue? And that's why, my lord, I requested that the OCPD, the local OCPD, and the local OCS can be able now to give appropriate details of what has been happening on the ground.
Okay, one more question. Is the police service that you command able to provide security in that area of Embakasi where Gatoto Primary School is located?
My lord, as I said from the word go, the National Police Service is distributed throughout the Republic of Kenya to ensure that there is safety and security to the people of Kenya, including their property. So Gatoto area is part of that. However, we need to understand the issues on the ground so that we can be able to get to know what is it that is required by the National Police Service so that it can be able to deliver on that particular matter, my lord.
In previous proceedings before this court, the petitioners have indicated they need security to be provided by the police service to facilitate their taking back control of the school that was forcibly taken from them 1.5 years ago. Is your office ready to provide that security immediately?
My Lord, as I've said, my office is ready. However, we need to understand the dynamics on the ground so that we can be able to deliver on that immediately.
So how long, based on what you're saying, you need to understand the dynamics, how fast, specific time period can you give to provide the necessary security for compliance with the court order for the petitioners to take back control of the school?
My Lord, as far as I'm concerned, I'm aware that Gatoto Primary School is in Mukuru kwa Jenga, kwa Ruben, village.
Yes.
This is, I've not had an opportunity to visit there myself, but I'm aware it is densely populated. I'm also aware that the local public, they are also hostile.
Okay, allow me to pause you there because you've made some statements that are interesting. One, you said you've not been there.
Yes.
Majority of the council here and the court who was presiding over this matter visited the school. It is actually at the edge of the informal settlement. But you said you are aware the population there is hostile. My question is, how did you learn this?
Yes.
And when did you learn this?
My Lord, this is part of the brief that I got yesterday when I was asking questions on this, based on this sermon.
Okay, so
That
are you
is-
aware that some officers of the police physically interfered and even brutally dealt with representatives of the petitioner when they were peacefully taking possession of the school?
My Lord, again, I object to that line of question. That is knowledge from counsel that is being put to the Inspector General of Police. He is using the privileged proceedings in this court to settle, perhaps to grind an axe or to settle a personal score. That is not the purpose of this proceeding.
Your Honor, again, these are matters that were addressed in court. They are in affidavits before the court. The court has made findings on the same. Unfortunately, my colleague was not present. The Attorney General was representing the police service at the time.
Please proceed.
Are you aware that peaceful handover of management of the school was actually obstructed by your officers on the ground a few months ago?
My Lord, I'm not aware of that.
Are you aware that just 2 weeks ago, some goons pelted with stones officers of the court, including Senior Counsel Martha Karua, when they went to take over the school in the presence of your officers who are observing without any interference?
My Lord, as I have said, I saw this the sermon yesterday, and I'm not aware of my officer refusing to render service.
Okay. So, to go back to my question, how soon can you commit to this court that your officers will support the taking over of the school and provide the necessary security?
My Lord, I have said that we are ready as a service to provide for that, but we need to be given time so that we can be able to understand the kind of undertaking that we are just about to carry, because we must consider also, as we provide the security, we must consider all the issues and dynamics that are involved in that.
Perhaps that's a question that you can. Council is asking you about the timeline. You're saying that you need time to
Yes.
to consider this. So what timeline is that?
Not time to consider.
Yes.
But what we are saying is that we need to understand the ground.
Yes. How long will it take you to understand the ground?
My Lord, considering the fact that I have not been on the ground, but my officers who are here with us here this time, they can actually be able to give us the time limits that are really required. Otherwise, from where I am is at the moment, I'm at a loss to say 2 weeks, 1 week, maybe a few days, but the officers I have with me here, they can actually be able to state on it.
Yeah, go ahead.
My Lord, my request to the court is that the Inspector General of Police be given the amount of time this morning he requires to consult with his officers on the ground who are present in court, and then within 15 minutes or 30 minutes, as the case may be, we resume, and he tells the court and take responsibility, command responsibility for enforcement of the court orders. That command responsibility cannot be handed over to a junior officer. Throughout these proceedings, the junior officers have been referring to their seniors. We cannot now have the senior-most officer again try to kick the ball back to the junior officers. So we request that he be given 15 or 30 minutes. We resume so that he can answer that final question. How long does he need to comply with the court orders, and can he give an undertaking to do so?
Just one more clarification before the issue of 15 minutes is considered. He has said he doesn't know, and I would like him to clarify to the court whether he was aware last year on 11th of September that this court was asked to join him as an interested party, and the Attorney General indicated to the court that he was representing him. If he's aware of that application, my lord, however he answers, we will shed light whether he became aware yesterday, as he says, or he has been aware for close to an year. So, were you aware you were being joined as an interested party?
My lord, I have a different suggestion to make.
Yes, I'll give you an opportunity, Mr. Nyamodi.
Mr. Kanjama's position is on record.
Yes.
And I feel the record is being cluttered with a lot of information.
Yes.
Perhaps I wish to take that opportunity to suggest a different direction so that we can move on in this matter.
I
Okay.
have already
My lord.
made a proposition to the court, which is not answered.
Yeah?
Yes, go ahead.
My lord, the orders of this court remain the orders of this court. And it is not for a party who is here either as a substantive party or as in pursuant to summons, as the Inspector General is this morning, to determine how long they need to comply with court orders. That ordeal is unnecessary, and the drama that is being orchestrated by my learned colleagues is also equally unnecessary. My Lordship, my Lord, I would like to suggest that it is for you, as the court, who has issued the orders, to direct that my orders be complied with within X period of time. That is your duty as the court. And if, my Lord, there is indeed any difficulty with carrying out your orders in the time frame that you direct, then we return and explain the difficulty. But it cannot be an exchange between the petitioners and the Inspector General of Police as to how long he needs. It is your order to be complied with, and it is for you, my Lordship, to determine the time frame in which it is to be complied with.
You have not finished the questions to the Inspector General. I wonder whether we could finish and then my colleagues could take over, because now I had indicated that before you consider my colleagues, there was one question to prosecute.
That is okay, Senior Counsel. I'll give that. That question will have to be answered. Yes.
Your Lordship, just to add on to what Mr. Namodi said, Your Lordship, the witness who is the Inspector General of Police has indicated time and again that he needs to consult officers who are present in court. Our proposal would be, it would lend more hand to this court in determining this matter if those officers who are present in court took to the dock and explained to the court what these challenges are, so that even as the Inspector General is seeking time to have a conversation operational day-to-day, and the enforcement of these orders is being handled by officers who are present in court and can take the stand and clarify some of the issues that Senior Counsel Mr. Kanja and Senior Counsel Honorable Karua have raised before court today. I think that would be a better use of judicial time than adjourning, then coming back to proceed.
Your Honor, just in brief response to the comments that have been made. Again, it's unfortunate that Mr. Nyamodi is not aware that indeed the court has repeatedly given orders for compliance. And it is because of the repeated failure to comply that these proceedings are taking place today. So today is not a day for the court to yet again just give repeated orders and then receive all manner of explanations in future. The reason the court has summoned the head of the National Police Service is to bring what I will call the cat and mouse game to an end. And so before the Inspector General of Police is released from the witness stand, it is important that the court assures itself that he commits as the constitutional office charged with command of the National Police Service to comply, and he gives an undertaking so that when the court resumes next time, if there is no compliance, the court can exercise the sanctions that are within its power. In fact, it will save judicial time because the officers are in court for them to have the necessary consultations so that the Inspector General of Police can indicate to the court with the ultimate authority. He has not come here as a spectator. He has come here as the general commanding, I'm using analogical language, the general commanding his forces to bear command responsibility. So we ask that the court give him the time, reasonable time, which in our view is 30 minutes, so that he can then commit to the court that he will comply and comply speedily by providing security. That's all.
Mr. IGP, there was a question that Senior Counsel Mother Karua had asked. You may ask that question.
Are you aware that in September of last year, there was an application in this very matter to join you as an interested party in contempt proceedings?
My Lord, I'm not aware of that.
So if you were represented by the Attorney General, they would have done so without your knowledge.
My Lord, as I've said there earlier, the service is distributed throughout the Republic of Kenya. And my Lord, there are many matters that are going on, even now, throughout the Republic. Some of them, and the majority of them, are operational in nature, happening throughout. I might not be able to get all operational matters. And probably that is the reason why, because I got to know this matter yesterday, that is not probably the reason why I'm not even aware that in September last year, there was that order. But we have a very strong legal team that handles most of the times matters that are legal in nature, as I mentioned, my Lord.
When a letter comes to your office, to the office of the Inspector General, addressed for your attention, specifically to the attention of Douglas Kanja, are such matters brought to your desk, or they also just go to the legal team?
Not again, I object. Why are we here? We are here in respect of an order of the court, and we are now interrogating the Inspector General as to what happens to correspondence that come to his office. I object to that line.
I haven't had such an objection, but surprises never cease. It is arising from his answer about whether he had knowledge of an application that relates to him. That is why I'm asking. He has given us the impression that there is a legal office that answers everything. And the question is whether they answer to everything, even when it is addressed to you, even when it is a court summons relating to the Inspector General, without making you aware. It's important, my Lord, that we know
overrule the objection.
whether he was aware yesterday or he was aware earlier.
IGP, please answer that question.
I was aware yesterday. This matter was brought to me yesterday.
So did you ever get a letter addressed to you in January of this year by Kanjama's office?
My Lord, I've said that I got this matter, the matter in question, yesterday. I know there could have been a lot of correspondences along the line, and that's why I'm saying that we have departments dealing with the failures issues, including the legal department dealing on matters which are legal in nature.
So even when it is stamped received by the National Police Service, addressed to Douglas Kanja, it doesn't reach you.
My lord, on a day, on daily basis.
My lord, again, can learned senior counsel ask that question without showing the Inspector General the letter she's talking about? And this is the ambush, my lord, I had in mind. These are questions of fact, they are contestable, and they have not been put to the IG, the Inspector General of Police previously. She's referring to a particular letter. That letter has never been brought to the IG's attention. And it now forms the basis of very rigorous cross-examination.
This particular counsel is actually just consuming the court time, for the court's time.
My lord, I object to that kind of reference
because
from
no
a professional
letter.
colleague about another professional colleague doing his work.
My lord, I have not shown the witness any letter. I have referred. So what is the objection about? You cannot anticipate. Wait, I show him the letter, then you can go on your feet. And I have the right to show him if the court so approves. At this stage now, I wasn't going to show him, but I'm seeking to show him. If the court so, it is stamped, received on the 14th of January, 26. We have a letter here, just show the court. And it's attaching the court judgment, now that I'm invited.
Just show it. Please show the witness that letter.
My lord, may I consult perhaps on some of these stuff?
No, the question is a simple one of knowledge. Either he is aware of that letter or is not. Let him respond. We may not be able to...
My lord, we haven't seen this letter before, and it is now being produced. And again, it is the ambush I complained about at the beginning. It is really not just a courtesy, but a duty that parties see documents that are being shown witnesses. We are his legal representatives.
Okay.
Your Honor,
It doesn't form pleadings. It is a letter that is being shown, and the Inspector General is to be cross-examined on the contents of this letter.
Your Honor,
Yes.
the person who was summoned before the court is a public officer. It is not the counsel, but it is the Inspector General of Police. In the course of proceedings, he claimed all knowledge of this matter. And this is a letter addressed to his office attaching the judgment and seeking his compliance. It is reasonable for him to be asked about his knowledge of the letter.
Please go ahead.
My lord,
Yes.
this is my first time I'm seeing this letter here. However, as I have said there earlier, we have a full-fledged department that addresses matters legal in nature, as we have other departments addressing operational matters and so forth and so forth. So, I might not have seen this letter myself, but most likely the legal department could have seen it. That is what I know about this, my lord.
I think we'll leave the rest to submissions.
Mr. IGP, you asked about the timelines, and you indicated that you will need to that is something that you would require to consult.
Yes.
I will give you 30 minutes for you to consult because we need to bring this matter to a closure. As you might be aware, this has consumed quite a bit of the court's time, and we need to have a closure. So I'll give you 30 minutes. We'll adjourn this particular matter for you to, so that you can come back and give the court a timeline within which compliance can be had.
Much obliged, my lord.
Your Lordship,
Yes.
probably a proposal to move the matter as
Yes.
the Honorable, as the IG is consulting. Is
Yes.
it possible for the other witnesses from the Minister of Education to take this matter?
No, would prefer to finish with this.
I have a different matter which I would like the witness to, which I would like to proceed with. So this matter is adjourned for 30 minutes.
Well, perhaps let me assist the court to move
Yes.
on quickly.
Yes.
The 30 minutes may not be necessary.
Yes.
If your lordship could just remain in your seat and allow the IG 2 minutes with his officers, an answer can be given. 30 minutes is not necessary.
My lord, I beg to differ. The court has given guidance. Let him have the full amount of time to consult and find out what is happening in the matter.
So Mr. Nyamodi.
2 minutes. 2 minutes and we conclude.
It now appears as if Mr. Nyamudi is the Inspector General of Police. He's even able to know that the consultation...
If you don't mind me saying it appears like Mr. Kanja is the court. It's true.
This is quite unfortunate.
If we are being given permission to speak freely, that is where we will get. We require 2 minutes to answer the question. The question is from the court and it is to the IG.
He said he needed to consult. His counsel is now telling you he needs 2 minutes to consult and give an answer. That means everything that was happening before now and the answers of the IG are being trivialized by his own counsel.
My lord, I leave it.
Mr. Nyamodi, it was indicated that you needed to consult, that this was not a simple matter, Mr. IGP.
Yes.
Is it your opinion that what you consider to be a difficult matter, consultation can take place within 2 minutes? Is that a realistic time frame for that kind of consultation?
My lord, thank you very much. I have my team here, and I have said so that you can be able to come up with an answer to that, what time is required.
Yes.
I need this team so that we can be able to...
Yes, and I'm giving you an opportunity, which I don't think 2 minutes would be sufficient, to consult, so that when you come back with the knowledge of the complexities of Nguru kwa Ruben, the community, whether the indication by Mr. Kanjama that the school is at the edge of the settlement or it is in the middle, as you appear to have been suggesting. Would you insist on 2 minutes, or will you take the 30 minutes that the court has offered you?
Am I lord?
Yes?
From my team here.
Yes.
We request for a period of 1 month so that you come back here with a concrete answer, having looked at all the issues that are affecting this matter. 1 month.
2 minutes.
We need 1 month so that we can also be able to look at the available intelligence and everything else that is required so that we can be able to plan appropriately, and we will come up with an answer to you, my lord.
Okay, so you're suggesting that when you come back next time, that is when you will come and tell the courts within what period of time there will be compliance?
Yes, because now we will have looked at all the matters that have prevented this issue from being fulfilled. And that way, I can be able to offer appropriate guidance to the officers on how to proceed. My lord.
I would not want to rush you, but like I indicated at the beginning, the court has been, this matter has taken a bit of the court's time. And the court's time is a scarce commodity. I would like you to consult. I think 30 minutes is reasonable for you to consult so that you can give the court a timeline within which the handover will take place. I don't mind even if you ask for 1 hour, but I need a specific timeline.
Okay. Thank you, my lord.
So 30 minutes or 1 hour?
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Also blind.
Thank you very much. The court is adjourned in respect of this particular matter. For now, I will call the next matter.
Now we have to wait for them to go. I'll call it from the cause list so you can just keep the file.
They want to add into their files.
Do you need to use this? I think I'll have to call an extension to help with the internet.
Okay. I brought my phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
It is the internet here.
yeah, because we usually use that. Just ask someone.